Micah, what is my
Welcome to the
signature?
lifestyle segment brought to you by HoloCrunch. From ports being shut down to airports being closed, the Nigerian Labour Congress have been busy with their strike, which took place all over the country. We will be discussing the issues surrounding the NLC and TUC strike and its recent suspension. Joining us to discuss this, we have Benson Upa, who is the head of information and public affairs for the NLC. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you back on the show.
Thank you so much.
And we also have joining us Chief Suleiman Ibrahim, the Saki and Tilijo of Michika local government area. Good morning and welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Didi.
It's good to have you back. All right, so let's go straight into it. Could you just give us an overview of the strike, that has rocked the nation for the past week so far?
Well, the strike has happened and has been suspended on the intervention of the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Aribadu, AIG retired, or DIG retired. The strike was made inevitable first by the behavior of the Imo State government that observed in breach agreements it reached with organized labor in 2021, and the non-continuous payment of thousands of workers and pensioners their entitlements, and the declaration of these very workers as ghost workers, because what it was doing was that it will pay a batch this month. In the next 2-3 months, it will pay another batch, and wait for some time before paying another batch, because the governor had this tendency of not paying the workers all at once. I think he had the mindset of setting a specific sum of money that he committed to payment of wages. And that money apparently has not been enough. So he would declare some ghost workers and said, okay, wait and clear them as a waiting game. While you go through the process of clearance and so on and so forth, 3-4 months must have passed. And then he will declare others, another group, So, then in addition, to that trickery, he wanted specific individuals to be executives of our own councils in the state. From state to state, we have executive councils, from chairperson to secretary to treasurer and the rest. And the governor wanted to interfere in those elections, even for someone whose tenure had expired. And we said, no, this is not the way to go about it. This runs contrary to the provisions of the body of our labor law, that unions should be allowed to run their affairs in a free and unfettered manner, but within the ambit of the law. The governor insisted that he must produce the chairperson in the council, he must produce so person, and so on and so forth. And he was quietly advised behind the scene, if that is what you want, then do it through a process that is fair. Okay? Meaning, if you're able to convince workers from behind the scene and they vote for the person, fine. But for you to say, this is the person I want, if not, there shall be no whatever. So the governor, once we said he could not appoint a set of executives for us, what he did was he polarized the council. He took pampered or overwhelmed a certain category of workers and said, these are members of his own executive, while Congress has its own member of executives. I recall during May Day, when our true representatives, the executives recognized by us, were holding their May Day, the governor sent thugs and policemen to smash up their May Day, had them beaten up and all of that. So he instilled a reign of terror as far as organized labor was concerned. In addition to this, This matter went to court. And the government of Imo State asked for time out to have these issues amicably resolved with organized labor. And when the time was up, we wrote, say, this time that you asked for has expired. Why don't we have this? Even before that time, we kept reminding the state. Nothing. Silence. Until time was completely up. And when the government was reminded by us, I think the court also did,